accomplish here? I mean, all we have is a clean conformity bill, allegedly. Why do we need to get these bills tied so closely together? Are they related to each other somehow? Is there a relationship between your bill and the bill that comes right before?
We just thought for the point of discussion and clarity, it would be better to have the conformity bill come first, and then we'll have the opportunity to discuss the tax cut and changes with this. So it was really just for clarity and an opportunity to make sure the bills are close together.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the gentleman.
All right. The motion is for the bill to go by temporarily behind HB 2355. All those in favor of that motion will signify by saying aye. All those opposed, no. That motion carries. Clerk will continue with the calendar.
Continuing with the calendar, House bills on third reading regular. Therefore, the first bill up in this category, page 55, House Bill 2355, relating to conformity of the Commonwealth's taxation system with the United States Internal Revenue Code.
Delegate from Suffolk, Delegate Jones.
Speaker, the bill before us is amended.
Speaking to the bill.
Speaking to the bill, yes, sir.
Delegate has the floor.
Advances conformity in the Commonwealth with the federal tax code to December 31st, 2018. It establishes a taxpayer relief fund, and since there is no emergency clause, will become effective July the 1st.
Shall the bill pass? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 67, noes 32.
67, noes 32. The bill passes.
Going back to the top of the same page, page 55. Next up, House Bill 2529, relating to income tax itemization standard deduction.
Delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Hugo.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to speak to the measure.
Delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, House Bill 2529, what this will do is allow, now that the conformity bill passes, allow taxpayers to itemize their state taxes regardless of how they file their federal return. It increases the standard deduction from $3,000 to $4,000 for an individual and $6,000 to $8,000 for a married couple. Maintains the existing caps on important deductions, SALT, that many of you are familiar with. We also have included there in the GILTI provisions that will help some of our businesses make sure that they're not paying a new tax. Again, importantly, to conform with the federal legislation, this bill will also sunset in conjunction with the federal legislation. It will be the will of the body to pass the bill.
Delegate from Roanoke City, Delegate Rasool.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, speaking to the bill.
Delegate has the floor. Next, Delegate Hugo.
Mr. Speaker, let's go back on a few things here that I think my friends have failed to mention. You know, I think they've talked about some of the infirmities of our bill, or supposed infirmities, but let's go a few things they failed to mention. What they failed to mention is we want to give $1 billion back to the people. They mention investment. But let me tell you something. When you have an investment, when they send the investment counselor to your house, understand you're going to have shattered dreams and a bank account of paucity because it's going to money out. Because what we're talking about, we're going to about 600,000 people, the firefighter and the policeman going to get over $800 back. 2.7 million people will be able to take advantage of the standard deduction. 89,000, almost 90,000 homes can take advantage of SALT. And this will benefit over 1 million people who are making under $50,000 a year. Is that something we've heard them mention? Not a once. Not a once. What have we heard them mention? You know, we come here and we've been working all day, all weeks, to help our firefighters who save us from peril. We try to talk about our police who protect us night and day. We're working to get money for our teachers who are changing and educating the next generation. But I think on Friday, my friend Fairfax talked about one of the things we need more, you can't make this up, we need more tax collectors. Tax collectors. Now, It says, given to Caesar render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and we shall. But I tell you right now, on behalf of the taxpayers of the Commonwealth of Virginia, with this bill, we're not going to give Caesar back another dime that Caesar needs. We're going to keep the money here, and instead of reaching into the pockets, instead of reaching into the purses of the taxpayers of Virginia, I say let's stand with the single mom who's fighting to put food on the table. Let's stand with the dad whose back hurts as he's going to the second job, trying to put money on the table for his kids. Let's stand with the businesswoman who's looking to see if she can make payroll. And let's stand with that family that sees a roll of bills on the table at the end of the month. I say, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand for them. Let's get on our feet. Let's stand. Let's pass this bill. And then let's get on with giving the people their money back. And then let's get on with the business of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you very much.